Yo, going through every skate I own. I'm not sure if I'm going to go through all the AliExpress skates, especially since I haven't used them much, but I'll probably mention them at least, something. But as you can see, I own a little too many skates. I think these aren't skates, I think. Oh, why is sorry about sorry about that. That was not meant to be a flex or anything. It's like $5, okay? Don't get mad at me. Okay, these are grips, and I guess there's some other skates, but mostly just these skates. So I'm gonna go run these skates by and then give you like my tier, I guess, or like give them a tier, give them a rating, give them my favorites, quick thoughts. So let's start with the very front. In the front right here. All right, these are gonna be the what's it called, the ice feet from Tiger Ice's, but these are like their arc 1s and arc 2s, I believe. I haven't had too much experience with them just because they're for specific mice, like my Razer Viper Ultimate, and I don't really use it. But from what I can tell, from the time I've used it, they seem pretty solid, pretty decent. Nothing extremely something to talk about. One of them comes with one pair, so one of them comes with two pairs. And so if you can get the 2-pair one for your certain mouse, I think those are fine. I don't have too much to say about them though, because I don't really know much about them besides like the limited experience I have in that. Moving on to the Jade dots and the Jade skates for the Beast X Mini. For the dots, these are probably one of my favorite skates. I'd probably give this one the S tier one, for being faster, like just so fast. Even for PTFE, I would say these are like just faster, have less static, than like most PTFE. So I'm not sure if this is like more pure PTFE or anything, but I think these are some of my favorite skates out there. As for the full-size skates, honestly, I'd say the same thing too, to be honest. I'd say the big skates are pretty solid. They're not particularly different or worse. Like, I think if you're a fabric pad person, then maybe full skates are the way to go. Or if you want more durability, I also might recommend that for a glass pad because they last so much longer. So, but also I guess, you get a lot more dots with the skates. So that's kind of my thoughts on the Jades. Going back to the Obsidians, I have the Obsidian Donuts and the Obsidian Dots. Let's start. I like how this one has like a cool sticker. This one's just like, nah. Let's start with the dots. So these are the classic Obsidian dots. These are, to me, a very okay skate. They're good, but what they excel in is mostly durability. And I guess for fabric, if you're a fabric pad user, then the control is simple. It's nice. It's like, it's kind of in the middle. But for me, as a glass pad user, for the most part, honestly, I've kind of outgrown them. They're not bad. They're definitely not bad at all. In fact, these are still, I'd probably say, around A tier skates, but I don't know. I've just stopped using them. They're not the smoothest. They're not either the fastest or the slowest. They're kind of like in the middle somewhere. So yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. I grew out of, I kind of don't use them anymore, but I know that these are definitely still solid skates offering, I'd say, especially for the price, I'm sure. And with the donuts, I think the only difference I have is, I don't know. It's just mostly the same. It's weird to comment on the shape of the donuts and it being so strange, because like, I don't know, I've never knew how I felt about it. It's always so strange. I think I don't know, I don't love them, but I also don't hate them. I don't know how to feel about these exactly. They always feel so strange to me. That's all I'll say about that one. These are gonna be the Ghost Glide Vortexes, which should be the smoothest ones, or the hardened PTFE ones. So like Obsidians. Nope, these are not. These are the other ones. These are the textured material skate. So I probably should have just showed you guys the skates. Oh well. We're gonna keep going like this. Whatever. So here are the Vortex skates. These are like it's some textured material, and like they're pretty hard. So what I think about these skates is, well, actually, a lot of people have hate for them, and you know what? I don't love them either. But to be honest, they're actually really solid control skate for fabric pads. So for something like Valorant or something, I'd say this is a pretty solid option. And this has insane durability, especially compared, because it's not even PTFE, and PTFE already lasts quite a while on fabric pads. So if you're looking for control skate, this you might only need to buy one of these. I think some downsides are that sometimes it can be a little textural feedback, but I don't know, maybe you might like that. And it is really slow. It is a very controlled option. It isn't just semi-controlling. It's a pretty controlled option. So definitely, if anyone looking for that kind of control, but not particularly. Yeah. And I lost the skate right here. Hold on. That's like worth like 20 cents. Hold on. Let me just. You know what? It's going in there. It's somewhere in the packaging. I don't care anymore. And here we go with the Jade skates again. These are the Jade skates again. They're just different packaging. From what I've noticed, these seem to be exactly the same as regular Jades. What a shocker. So I don't have much to comment on. Just, yeah, still good skates. My favorite so far. All right, let me put these back. Next skates we have, boom, Jade Air skates. So Jade Airs are kind of a confusing skate to me because they're supposed to be quieter version of the Jades, but to be honest, Jades are already really quiet, and so my experience with them is that they're ever so slightly quieter. The biggest difference is the height difference, and then the second one I'd say is it's ever so slightly slower, and sometimes a little smoother. I don't know. I think it depends on the surface, but it's about this. I'd say smoothness is pretty similar, very similar, but it's a little bit slower than Jades. And one thing they're definitely taller. So if you have a problem with skates, like my BeastX Mini right now, actually has very, like barely is like on its, like you can see how, like this is like a relatively not used pair, and you can see how it's barely like sticking out. So if that ever becomes a problem with you, the Jade Air skates might be, which is funny because that might actually be more useful for fabric pads if you use dot skates, because you know, you might bottom out easier. So that's always strange. So in my opinion, it's still solid skates. But they cost more, and I don't really understand them too. They're still an A tier skate, but they cost more than regular Jades, and they're a little bit slower. So I mean, yeah, they're still solid. Just hard for me to like over the regular Jades in comparison. Here are the ESP Tiger. These are the BeastX skates. So these are the full size skates, I believe. Oh look, I still have a whole new pair. I actually wait, no, it's not new. That is totally used. I can see that it's like a little bit like folded. I've definitely used this then. So these are the Tiger Ice BeastX Midis. I think I like these a lot. These are also very smooth, though they were a little bit slower than the Jade skates. I have full set Jades as well. These are going to be like really smooth. I'd say more on the control end. So I think that's really that's a strong point. That's what Tiger Ices are. They're quick, but they're not as quick as Jades, but they feel a little bit smoother. That's kind of what the impression I've been getting. So also a solid skate as well. Yeah. I guess I'd say I call it like a B tier skate. I don't know, something like that. Here are the PK Game dot skates. Skates I haven't used in a while just because like they're older, but whatever. These skates are really cheap, so $5, and they're really solid. They're really quick skates, and they last like they're just really good overall, to be honest, for what they are. These generally are a lot more faster, and well, not the fastest still, but definitely up there, like pretty close up there, and yeah. So I like them because they're like budget. So I consider these an A tier skate as well, just because, just the value, I suppose. But in terms of like actual performance, like if this was the same price as everything else, I'd probably say it's a A to B. So it's like, you know, somewhere around there. But yeah, I don't know. They're really quick. They become smoother, but they're kind of a little, I'd say, maybe inconsistent. I'm not sure. It's like it becomes smoother. As you can see, look at the difference. I'm not sure what that is. I think that just might be, I don't know. I haven't had enough time to really have a full opinion on it, to be honest. I haven't like used this in a while. So I'm saying. Next are the Obsidian Pro Air skates. So here are Obsidian Pro Airs. These are basically the UHWPE skates with SMPF foam layering, and I lost a skate. Jesus. But basically these skates are going to be your super controlled option, probably one of the most controlled skates you'll get. If you've ever used UHMWPE, then you know, then you know, hold on. Then you know how slow these skates can be. So yeah, they also have insane durability, so I think this is perfect if you're a glass pad user looking for a little bit more control. Or just a little bit more control actually, because glass pads are always going to be fast. Even with these skates, they're still relatively fast, I'd say. But they're a lot slower than, you know, other ones. So I think Obsidian Pro Airs are pretty solid for glass pads. And honestly, if you want to use them for fabric pads too, they're very controlled and they're also very good. But I think they also might be slower than the Vortex dots. So just keep in mind, these will be probably one of the slowest, if not the slowest dots. So if you're looking for that, that's good. Or a little bit slower on the glass, that also might be good as well. So these are solid skates as well. I'd say A tier as well. And I know I've been giving a lot of A tiers, but I'll probably keep going. I'll probably hopefully I don't know, maybe I just like all my skates a lot. I mean, there should be more C traders by average. I don't know. If I didn't put these in C already, I'm putting these all in C because they're fine. These are the Cyclone dots. Basically, think of X-ray pad Obsidians, but just different, I suppose, a little different. They're actually very similar. I think I made a video of them about comparing them and how they're basically the same. So I mean, they're about in the same rating. Although I feel like these have possibly been smoother. I don't know why. Like maybe, I don't know. I feel like these have been smoother, but I don't know. These I feel like are solid A tier skate as well. I'd probably move Obsidians back to a B tier if I already said it's an A. I don't know if I did, but I'd move Obsidians back to a B. This is right next to it, or maybe an A, because I can't tell the difference between them sometimes, but I do remember using these and having a really smooth experience on them at certain points. So I don't know. It could have just been a fluke. I don't know. Too much to say about that. ESP Tiger, what's it called? These are the dot skates, and by dots I mean a lot of dots. I've stockpiled a few. There's a little bit. I'll stick 2 more, but I stockpiled a few, and I still have like 1 repair set. These dot skates are pretty dang solid. Really quick. Although I'd say what's annoying is the adhesive is also kind of as bad, just like the Jade skates. But what's nice about them is they're really quick. They're really smooth. They're still not the fastest as Jades, but they're very smooth. So I'd say these are pretty also solid tier, maybe like B tier, A tier. I need to start putting stuff more towards C tier. It just doesn't make sense. I guess B tier, just because these are relatively affordable skates. I mean, they're cheaper than other ones, and they're very smooth. So if you like it a lot, yeah. And then like they're really quick, so like they're up there too. They're I don't know, they're pretty solid skates overall. Actually, one thing I don't like about them is that they're different sizes. You might like that, but for me, it's just that they're inconsistent. So yeah, let's put it in B tier, I guess. Here will be the ESP Tiger Yanzi dots. So these are, I believe, just Tiger Ices, but ever so slightly slower, I believe. I have used these before. It might have not looked like it, but it's because it's in the packaging. It's like, yeah, you can see I've taken off a few and used them. Nothing special, kind of the same thing. Kind of, they're fine. They're fine. I don't know this. I haven't used them in a minute, but from my recollection, I'm gonna say it's probably the same thing. It being a B tier. Maybe a C tier. I don't know. B tier, C tier. I don't have enough to say about this personally because I haven't used it that much, but I know it wasn't super special. So I guess I'll put in the C tier. Unusual Wasteboards Magic Ice Skates. So these skates are actually really quick. I haven't used these in a minute. I kind of want to use them for glass pads again. So it's hard for me to say because I also haven't been using these recently. But from my experience, they've been unique, and I think that's because of the shaping. I don't know. They're kind of confusing to me. Because like just the properties I use them. I don't know. Every time I use them, sometimes they're either really smooth or really not smooth. I don't know. I haven't used them in a while, so I think this is gonna be a little bit unfair in terms of where I place this right now, because I think I haven't used it in a minute. Maybe I'll use them again, but I don't know. These skates, probably gonna put them in like C tier, just because I don't know about them. I don't know, but if I had to guess, they'd be more in B tier. I'd have to guess. So sorry about that, Magic Ice Skates. I just haven't used you in a while, and it's been a minute since I don't remember that. Moving on to the Unusual Wasteboards Black Fox skates. So I made a video on this as well. These are basically literally just, oh shit, I forgot it's just this huge freaking page. These are basically just the, what's it called? Obsidian Pro Airs, except without the UMPF. Actually, I think it even does have that layering too. I think it does too, actually. I think that was something I was wrong about. The SMPF foam layering under it. So I think it does, but it is essentially the same thing. I couldn't tell the difference, and I didn't do extensive testing, but I couldn't really tell a difference. So I think my verdict was these were slightly better because they were cheaper. I think so. I think that was my verdict. So whatever Obsidian Pro Airs, I guess these are like right above them ever so slightly, so like an A tier as well, if depending on what you're looking for. Next are the TJ exclusives. These are going to be the X2A dots, or not, sorry, X2A exact skates. So my X2A skates, I only have this one pair right here, and these are a pair. These are skates like these are a pair of skates like no other. They're very unique. What would I give them though? It's hard to say. I think they excel in durability, and if you're looking for that, it really depends what you're looking for. I don't think any skate is particularly bad or good. Excels in durability, but in general, I'd say honestly a pretty solid skate. At the very least, a B tier. but I think this is a niche skate. So if you like it, this is an S tier. Some people might not like it. This might be a C tier or a D tier for people. But for the people it clicks with, I think it's going to be an S or an A tier. So it's very niche dependent. That's going to be kind of my answer. Next, TJ exclusives. Actually, these are just the dot skates. These are just the plastic dot skates. Both of them, I just got 2 pairs. Here are the plastic dot skates. They're like the exact skates, obviously just a little bit less. So yeah, they're really scratchy, but what they make up for is in durability, and yeah, they're also pretty controlled on fabric. And what I've noticed is on at least the Lethal Gaming Gear Saturn, they're very low static, high dynamic. So that was something I was looking for at one point. Maybe I'll go back to that combo again. I don't know, but yeah, same thing with this one. I think it's going to be the exact same thing. For some people, this is going to be like a C tier, D tier, because it's not their niche. But then for the people who like it, are A or S. So I guess I'll have to average it out and put like a B tier in it or a C tier. It's really unfair. It's kind of the niche. It's kind of the niche category. I wouldn't say it's a C tier skate. Just, you know what I mean? Like some people really like it, some people really don't. I end up really liking these. So I guess for me, these are like a tier skate. But yeah. All right, almost done, at least with the skates I have on my desk right here. Next are going to be the BTL skates. Yeah, so these are the BTL skates. It's been a minute since I used them. I remember the shaping being kind of strange. Also been a minute, so it's hard for me to judge, but if I recall, these were pretty average. I'd say a little bit average in terms of like nothing super special. They were a little strange because of shaping, but I don't know. I didn't get these easy enough, but I didn't use them very much for a reason probably. So I'd say these are probably C tier. These were kind of whatever. It's hard for me to say using a minute, but from my memory, my limited memory, it's kind of like that. All right, is that all the skates, or at least most of the skates? Oh, we actually have a few more. So we have the Lexip ceramic dot skates that I bought and made a video on a minute ago. Here they are. So my opinion on these, very niche skates for sure. And I don't know. I guess I'd give him a C, maybe even a D tier, just because of the pricing for this is like $12 for like 2 pairs, and it's like, and also you have to apply the adhesive yourself. Yeah, actually, considering that, yeah, D tier. It's not that it's unusable or that you won't like it for sure, though. It's just overall as a skate, wouldn't really recommend it unless like you're curious on trying ceramic, which it might be your type, and then you might like it. So it's not like a don't buy this kind of thing. It's just kind of like a for the general public, or what I think when people wouldn't, I don't know, you know, kind of a vague tier. You're gonna be the Corepad dots. I think these are just their regular ones. These are very controlled. They also come in very much different sizes and shapes. You can't really see them all because I've used them. But these are kind of, I'll give them a C tier as well because their usability is pretty terrible. They're very average as a skate. I think they're more on the controlled end. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're more on the controlled end. And yeah, nothing too special about them. I guess this is probably a good choice if you really want different varying skate sizes. So that's cool. But I didn't really like these skates that much. They're just kind of whatever. I don't know. Just didn't really like these too much. They were just, they were fine. They worked the skates. That's it. All right. With that out of the way, that is all my named skates out of the way. So I think all I had to talk about next are the AliExpress skates. I'm not going to mention every single one, like literally every one, but I'll go through them all very vaguely and say what I think about them. Like if I say they were good, they're not that good, you know. I won't be able to link any of these. There's no way I'm going to remember any of these. So I'm so sorry if you want any of these, like I say anything, but like I won't be able to know. I don't remember these pretty well. I think these were fine. I think these were like C tier, like perfectly fine. Nothing special about them, perfect C tier. These have like a cover on them. I think the skates weren't that good, maybe like D tier, if I recall. I think this one came with a lot of skates, so that was cool. Like I don't remember, but yeah, these are also pretty bad, but they weren't useless, so they're like D tier. These skates were really fucking weird because they have sharp edges, as you can see. So there's no like ramp or anything, so D tier. They're just kind of bad, but like, I mean, I guess maybe someone might use them. I don't know. These are like supposedly, well, you would say Obsidian clones, but they're really not. They're just regular skates. I'd say these are probably D to C tier as well, just like these, because they're very average. Maybe a little bit faster, so I don't know, maybe like a C tier. Maybe somewhat niche of a product, yeah. Here's some other skates. These are, oh my god, some other skates that come under like this this is not the skate itself. It's actually, you know, it's just a cover. I've actually used it with the cover because of curiosity, but without the cover, it is also a relatively average skate, so C tier. This one, have I not used this one at all? I feel like I have. Yeah, it's probably this one. Sorry, it's probably this one right here. It's probably with both of these. So from what I can recall, I didn't really like, I mean, I didn't put much use of them, as you can see, so it's hard for me to say. But if I had to say, these are probably just the C tier, maybe D tier, maybe D tier. These huge ass dots from AliExpress, D tier, maybe an F tier, honestly. These are really bad. Yeah, these are really bad, actually. Really bad. All right. These skates, I think these are the skates that come with the G-Wolves my stock. And I'll be honest, I actually really like these skates. I used a pair and I really like them. They're not perfect in every way, but they're really interesting. So at the very minimum, they're a B tier. But I think these are really solid for what they are. I think what's great about them is their shape. But the problem with the shape thing is it wears down. But then again, even when the shape wears down, it's still not particularly bad or anything. It's just not as good, you know. So I guess you could I'd consider this a tier, especially considering it's a tier, maybe, I don't know, maybe B tier. Let's put it in B tier because of less certainty. B tier because I really liked it for the time I was using it. I was actually very surprised, and obviously they're free in terms of what it comes with, so crazy value, I guess. I think this is like my completely random skates. Like we're not doing that. Here's gonna be the loading. I think these are the hardcore gamers fucking skates. These glass skates right there. C, they're niche. They're not great, but they're really not that bad, I guess. I don't know. C tier. It's hard to say. And these are for the G Pro wireless specifically, but in general, they're kind of whatever skates. Like I get maybe C, maybe even a D tier actually. I'd say D tier, but you know, they're niche. Some people might like them, some people probably won't. I say D tier. And with these glass skates right here, these are some like glass dots I got from AliExpress as well. These were a little bit different. I think these are also still not that great though, if I recall. I think I'd give them the same thing, like D or C tier as well with them. Because also it was pretty bad value for how many you get. It wasn't terrible, just, you know, it was like $5 for like 8 glass skates. I don't know. Maybe that's cheap for glass skates. I don't know, but they're pretty average, pretty bad glass skates. Only using for like, I don't really recommend using them if you want them for testing, whatever. Yeah. Oh my god, I have more. Okay, we've already seen this one. I don't remember this one, but from what I can tell, very average C tier skate. I am not sure exactly. Feels like a C tier skate, but I don't remember this one. I have nothing to say about this one really, so I guess for now C, just because I don't know. Here are going to be the Skyrock's stock skates. I'd say these are actually a B tier skate. They're B tier skate. These are very solid. I haven't tried the smaller versions. I tried the bigger ones though, and they're very simple, but they're very solid skates. I like them. They're not too special or anything though, but they're good. B. These are the ones that come with the G-Wolves mice. I have used these before. I don't really like the shape of them, but they're whatever. I'd give them like a C tier thing. They work. They're fine. They're not that great. All right, Beastex mini skates. I have a few of them. Like I have the glass skates there. The glass skates, Beastex mini skates. I'd give them a maybe like a C tier, and it's niche. Some people might like it. Some people don't like it. I don't know. It's not that. I'd say it's a C tier. It's fun to explore with it, but it's nothing special in terms, or it's nothing like I can particularly recommend. I'd only recommend it if you wanted to try experimenting with something. And then there's some stock Beastex skates. I'd say those are C tier. They're fine. They really were just fine. They're not too bad. Nothing special about them. I believe there's gonna be the Jade skates. Oh no, I think I already talked about them. So whatever. All right, we're almost done. These black skates from AliExpress. I don't remember them too well, but from what I recall from just seeing these, I'm pretty sure these were pretty bad, so I'd probably give them a D tier. I don't know exactly though. I haven't used them in a minute, so it's hard for me to judge. But that's my opinion of what I get. I think. Oh, I have more of these. Oh, cool! Look at that. I have 3 pairs. I didn't know that. All right, cool. There you go. That has been all my skates. I mean, at least right here. I might have like lost like these skates somewhere like on my desk. I don't know, but I think these are all the skates. So that's gonna be kind of my ultimate tier list rating, I guess, kind of my opinion on all my skates I own. So let me know what you think. Do you disagree? I'm sure some people do. Maybe I rated them too high a little bit. Maybe I rated them too low. I don't know. I think remember one thing I like to say is with this hobby is it's a lot of preference. So there's no like, it's hard to say like, oh, this is a C tier skate. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, unless you're talking about your own opinion. But in general, it's hard to say that kind of stuff just because a lot of it is just preference. You know, none of them are necessarily like really bad. Well, not none of them, but you know what I mean. A lot of it's, yeah, you get the point. You get the point. So that's gonna be my video. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, like skate discussion videos, review videos, I don't know, tier list videos, let me know. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Even if you want recommendations, I suppose I probably could help you with that. Yeah, that's gonna be my video. So thanks for, I'm gonna organize this after. Thanks for watching. See you later. Peace.